Last class you attended?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you tell me the page number? We are in which page number?
34. That's the last page it is.
Okay, 34. Okay. So, page number 34, classify into assets, liabilities, capital, revenue, expense. We are going as per clear rule, okay, CLEAR. So, first one, plant and machinery. Tell me, Janani. It comes.
Plant and machinery asset.
Okay, and you know you are thorough with the rules? Clear rules you are thorough? For assets,
Yes,
what is... Okay, fine. Can you tell me what is the rule for assets?
For asset, it's debit for increase, credit for decrease.
Very good, dear. Are you practicing sums, dear? Whatever I am teaching you from the book, all the PDF questions, are you practicing at home?
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing the worksheet that our teacher gave.
Okay, fine. Any exam, oh, you are in vacation, right? You are in vacation. Okay. When you are coming to India?
Next month, 7th, I'm going.
Okay, fine. You will carry your books also, na? You will attend the tuition, right?
I'm not sure. I have to ask my mom because we're having a wedding there, so instantly we're going. That's why.
Okay, so ask and let me, because okay, see, let me know, okay? Yeah.
Okay.
Now next, bank loan. Tell me. You have to tell me, because till now Manjusha didn't join, so you tell me each and everything. Bank loan.
For bank loan, it's liabilities.
And what is the rule?
Credit for decrease and debit for increase.
No. Bank loan is a liability. Liability always increases in the credit side and decreases in the debit side. Okay. Liability has a credit balance. Okay. Always, whenever liability increases in our business, you have to credit the account. Whenever liability decreases, you have to debit the account. Okay. Sales.
For sales, it's revenue.
Yeah, sales revenue. Can you tell me the rule?
Credit for increase, debit for decrease.
Very good. Yes, Manjusha, good evening, dear.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah. Take page number 34, 34.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And Janani, tell me the next one, rent.
Rent is expense, which is debit for increase, credit for decrease.
Okay. Then discount received.
It is revenue, which is credit for increase, debit for decrease.
Very good. Are you writing simultaneously everything?
Ma'am, we did this last class.
We already did this 34 page number.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we have to do. Okay, fine. So 35, page number 35. Take 35. Then why we are doing this? Okay. Page number 35. On which side increase of account will be recorded, and also state nature of account. So take page number 35, 35. Now the first one, furniture account. So first, Manjusha. Yes, Manjusha, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, now tell me, dear, take page number 35, 35. Furniture, you have to tell under clear. Under what head it will come?
Furniture asset.
Very good. Now can you tell me which side it will increase?
On debit side, it will increase.
Yes. Very good. So write it down. Now Janani, you tell me dear the next one. Mohan proprietor account. Proprietor means capital.
If it's kept, then credit increases.
Yeah. Next Manjusha, salary account. Tell me. You have to write and tell me. Simultaneously write it down. Accounts is full of practice. It is not an oral subject. Write it down and tell me. Yes, salary account. Third one. Manjusha, you have to tell me.
It
Yeah.
will decrease.
Yeah. Debit side, no, decrease. What you said, no, like salary account, what is the nature? It is an expense, right? You have to first tell me the
Yes.
nature, and always you have to tell me which side it increases. Whatever account you are saying, which side it increases, you have to tell me.
Salary is an expense, and if it increases, then debit.
Yeah. Now next purchase account. Yes, Janani, be ready. Both of you. Tell me purchase account first. Tell me the nature of the account. Then tell me which side it increases.
For that, it's expense and it increases in debit.
Yeah, debit side. Write it simultaneously. Both of you. You have to write and send me after the class. Now sales account. Yes, Manjusha, sales account. Tell me.
And sales is
Yeah.
revenue, and if it increases, then credit.
Very good. Janani, interest paid.
Ma'am, my mother's calling me. Can I be right back?
Yeah, okay. Yes, Manjusha, you tell me, dear. Interest paid.
Interest paid will be an expense, and if it increases, then debit.
Very good. Now, Sohan, in bracket it is written creditor. So, Sohan is a creditor means?
Creditor is a liability.
Very good. So,
And if liability increases, then credit.
very good, Manjusha. So, you are studying at home, you are doing the sums?
Yes, ma'am. Even in school, they started the modern approach and traditional approach today. So I had to study a little bit.
Very good, very good. Now, Ram, debtor, tell me.
Debtor is an asset, and if it increases, then debit.
How you find accounts? You are finding it difficult or easy?
I find it easy, ma'am, as of now. Even in school, sir has told me that accounts will be easier in 11th class and harder in 12th class. So I'm just a little worried about that.
I am there, then why you are worried? You don't trust ma'am?
No, ma'am, it's not that. But since my math is comparatively weaker,
No, no issue. You know, my maths is also weak. I am also weak in maths, but I am teaching accountancy na. So it has nothing to do with maths, okay? When I took commerce, everyone said the same thing. If you're not good in maths, don't take commerce because accounts you will suffer. Then, but still, I took commerce and I did really well. So it's not like that, okay? It's maths means only that long addition, subtraction. From LKG, you people are learning that, right? Addition, subtraction, we all learn from LKG. So there is nothing to worry. It's not that maths means entire maths. No. Okay. Long additions will come and like that only. Simple basic maths it will come, dear. Nothing to worry. Once you start practicing na, that also will become very easy for you. But practice is must. Accounts is full of practice. Nothing you can do. If you don't practice, it's very difficult. If you practice, the same subject becomes easy for you. The moment you start practicing, no worries. Okay, Manjusha?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Even in school, when I suddenly was able to solve certain questions, sir got a little shocked at how I was able to do it.
Then he appreciated you.
Yes, ma'am. I told him that I'm going to this tuition.
Mm-hmm.
And many of my classmates asked. Then I was like, I'll give you it.
Yes, dear, what you said?
I told them that I'll give them your number and they would contact you.
Okay, no issues. Okay, dear, no issues. I'm happy that you are able to solve the questions. No worries. When I am there, my students should never worry. Okay, 1,000 times I'm ready to just make this store into your head. Then why to worry? No need to worry about 12th and all. 12th is very easy, very, very easy. The thing is, see, 11th is hard. Okay, 11th is hard because the subject is entirely new to you people, right? That's why from beginning what I'm saying, focus on concept. What I'm saying, focus on concept, focus on logic. If any particular account we are debiting, debit credit, that's it. Accounts is full of debit credit, but you should know why we are debiting an account, why we are crediting. Once the journal entry, the base, you just become it becomes strong for you people now. It's very, very easy in 12th. Nothing like the 12th is difficult. No, the base matters a lot. That's why I'm telling focus. Okay, so no worries, Manjusha, no worries. And for Janani also, Janani, are you worried about accounts 11th, 12th?
Only 12th because our teacher saying like in 12th it'll be more harder. So I was like, how would I do it?
Very good. The teacher is so sweet. Just now you have entered in 11th, entirely new subject, and they are making you people scared. Don't worry, okay? Jalani, will you study 12th with me or some other tutor?
Here only.
Then why worry? When ma'am is there, why to worry, dear? I'm there now, no worries, okay? No scare. I will teach you 1,000 times, and you people are so sweet. You and Manjusha, if you don't understand, you are asking, na, ma'am, explain. Then why you are worried? You are so good. You have to practice. That's it. That I can't do. Practicing sum is your part. I can teach you 1,000 times. I can clear your doubts. I can help you out. But practice you have to do at home every day. Minimum, I'm telling you, minimum 1 hour is needed from 11th onwards. I'm telling you. For accounts, minimum 1 hour every day practice is needed. All the sums, and repeatedly practice those sums. Whatever sum you're practicing, repeatedly 2 times, 3 times. Once you finish the chapter, that's all, nothing. Once you start practicing, you focus on the subject, easily you can score full marks in accounts. No worries, okay? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine, dear. Let's continue. So, where were we? Sales account, interest paid, Sohan creditor finished. Okay, Ram dater. Yes, you tell me, dear Janani, we are in Ram dater. Tell me the nature of the account and which side it increases.
It is an asset and it increases in debit side.
Very good, very good. So, have you written all these 8? Kindly write it down, dear. Each and everything you have to write and practice. Name of the account, first you have to write. Then increase means which side it is increasing. Then modern approach. Suppose furniture, it is an asset, you have to tell which side asset increases, debit side. Mohan proprietor, it comes under capital in clear, which side it increases, credit. Salary expense, which side increases, debit. Purchase account is an expense for any business, so which side, debit side it increases. Sales account, revenue, then which side it increases, credit side. Interest paid, expense, which side increases, debit. Sohan, he is a creditor, comes under liability, so liability increases under credit side. Ram dater is an asset and it increases in the debit side. In this way you have to understand, that's it. So write it down, name of the account, increase, modern approach. You are writing in this way only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What happened to Manjusha? Network issue. Take page number 36. Just a moment. Yes, Manjusha, what happened, dear? It's network issue.
Am I audible?
Yeah. Okay, fine. So have you finished this question? That is page number 35. Are you writing, dear, simultaneously?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, write it down, okay? Yeah. Now we are in page number 36. Next question, question number 5. State nature of account and on which side decrease. See, question number 4, we learned which side particular account increases by identifying its nature. Now in question number 5, what we are going to learn? First, the nature of the account you should know. Once you know the nature of the account, then it becomes very easy for you to say which side it decreases. Just you have to apply the rule of debit and credit under clear. That's it, nothing else. So start doing the question. First write name of account, prepare the columns nicely, then decrease, then modern approach. Previous question, name of the account, increase, modern approach. Here we are going to say decrease. Okay, Janani, you tell me, dear, cash, nature of the account, and then which side it decreases.
For cash, it is asset and it decreases on credit side.
Very good. Now, Manjusha, tell me, bank overdraft, nature.
Can you explain what overdraft means again?
Yeah, bank overdraft, just it's a liability. That's all. You understand? It's a liability for the business. Business needs to return the excess amount taken from the bank. Business needs to return it to the bank, the excess amount taken over the account. That's all. That is bank overdraft. It's a liability for any business. Now tell me.
If it's a liability and it decreases, then it's debits.
Very good. Write it down. Now next. Yes, Janani. Outstanding salary. Tell me, dear.
Now, our outstanding salary would be liability.
Yeah, I will tell you, but the question is not only outstanding salary. Okay, first outstanding salary paid. See, outstanding salary means what I taught you. I told you that whenever the business takes the services from its employees and doesn't make the payment. For example, for business employees are working due to some reason a particular month, business is not able to pay the like salaries to the employees. Afterwards it will make the payment, so that becomes a liability, outstanding salary, because in future later on business needs to make the payment of salary, okay, to their employees. Now what is happening? See, here it is written outstanding salary paid. There is a difference. A liability is being paid. It's a liability before, but now any liability paid means what? Liability, first you have to think in this way. Just outstanding salary means it's a liability. Now any liability paid means outstanding salary paid means liability is increasing or decreasing. First you have to understand. Yes, tell me.
It is decreasing.
Very good. If any liability is being paid means liability is now decreasing. So if a liability decreases, then tell me what you will do. You will debit or credit the account.
Debit.
That's all. If only outstanding salary is given, obviously it's the liability. You will write which side it will decrease. Then also it will be like any liability decreases in the debit side and increases in the credit side. But if any liability is paid, okay, any liability is paid, then also we have to debit it, because liability is decreasing only. When you are making payment of any liability, it is decreasing only. You are going to debit the account. Now outstanding rent. Yes, tell me, Manjusha. Manjusha, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me, dear.
Outstanding rent will be a liability,
Very
which
good.
if decreases we have to debit.
Very good. Write it down. Are you writing, Manjusha?
Yes, ma'am, I'm writing.
Good girl. Yes. Next, Janani, tell me, dear. Prepaid insurance. You know what is prepaid insurance?
They pay the insurance in advance.
Very good. So, whether it's asset or liability for any business?
It's an asset.
Why it is an asset? Can you explain?
Because they paid before itself.
Yeah. So, in future, what the business will receive? Services. Okay. So like prepaid we are having in our cell also, right? Prepaid and all. For 1 year, before 1 year we just make the payment. So entire 1 year we will be receiving the benefit, right? In the same way prepaid insurance also. So it is an asset. Now tell me which side it decreases. Asset decreases which side?
Credit side.
Yes, credit. It increases in the debit and it decreases in the credit. Question is asking you which side it is decreasing. Okay, fine. Now next, Mohan in bracket it is written proprietor means owner of the business. Manjusha, tell me dear.
Ma'am, Mohan's account capital. If capital decreases, then we have to debit.
Okay, very good. If it increases?
If it increases, then credit.
Good girl. Fine. Now page number 37. We are moving to next question. Question number 6. From following transactions, state nature of accounts and which account will be debited and credited. Okay. So you have to tell which account will be debited and which account will be credited. Okay. First one. Manu started business with cash rupees 1 lakh. So first how you are going to prepare the table? You have to write we are going to do this question on the basis of traditional approach. Okay, this question we will be doing on traditional approach. So accounts involved, nature of account, then debit, then credit. First prepare the columns. No need to prepare particulars. Don't write particular. Just write account involved, nature of account, debit, credit, rupees. Once you are ready with the format, let me know. We will move to question. Yes, dear?
Ma'am, I prepared the format.
Okay, fine, dear. So now the first transaction, Manu started business with cash rupees 1 lakh. Yes, Manjusha, tell me which two accounts are involved in this transaction? Which two accounts are involved in the first transaction? Manu started business with cash rupees 1 lakh. This is the transaction. What are the two accounts involved?
Manu account and cash account. So real and personal account.
Yeah, just a moment dear. We don't write the name of the owner. Okay, see, we don't write name of the owner because we represent owner by capital account. Okay, we always say capital account. We don't write any employee's name, we don't write any landlord's name. Okay, we don't write in that way. So Manu started business means he is the owner, so we will denote him by capital account. We will not say Manu's account. Understood?
Yes.
So two accounts, cash and capital, we are going to do on the basis of traditional approach. Now tell me, cash you said real account, and what about capital?
Capital account is also real.
See, capital, just understand, capital represent the owner. Owner is a natural person. He is created by God, na? Mohan is created by God. He is a natural person. So any natural persons comes under personal account. So capital account is a personal account. Understood?
Yes.
Now tell me, cash is increasing or decreasing?
Cash is increasing.
So what is the rule of real account? Now are you learning? Are you thorough with this traditional approach? Can you tell me, if cash is a real account, what is the rule of debit and credit as per real account?
Yeah, debit goes in, credit comes out.
Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. This is the rule. Okay, rule of real account. Debit what comes in, you write it down, Manjusha and Janani, both of you write it down. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. The more you write, the more you become perfect in account. So write it down, the rule. These are new for you, na? So it will take time. Real account, write it down. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Now tell me, if debit what comes in, cash is coming into the business, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have to debit cash account in place of DR. DR is the short form for debit. You have to write 1 lakh rupees. And what about capital? Capital is a personal account. So can you tell me what is the rule for personal account? Manjusha? You don't know?
No, ma'am, I have to see them.
Okay, don't see. See, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Write it down. No need to see anywhere. Just write it down first. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Janani, you should also write. Okay, it's not only for Manjusha. Whatever I am saying for both of you. If I am saying anything to Janani, it also applies to Manjusha. So both of you do the same thing. Write it down. So what is the rule of personal account? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. I hope you are writing. Yes?
Yes.
Now tell me, Manjusha, as per the rule of personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver, capital represent the owner. So just think, owner is giving something to business or taking something from business?
Owner is giving something.
So what you will do, capital account, you will credit or debit? He is the giver, owner is the giver? Yes. So in the credit side, yes, he is a giver. So you have to credit capital account. In the credit side, write it down 1 lakh. Yeah, Janani, be ready with the second one. Now the second transaction. He purchased, he means it is representing owner of the business, Manu. So he purchased furniture for business. Rupees 20,000. Now tell me, Janani, which two accounts are involved?
Furniture and cash.
Very good. Now tell me the rules. Furniture first, it comes under what? Like which account?
Furniture is real.
Now tell me the rule of real account.
For real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out.
So furniture is coming or going?
Coming in.
So what you will do?
Write 20,000 in debits.
Very good, Janani. Now tell me what about cash, nature of the account. First tell me it comes under what account?
Cash will be real.
Okay, the rule is same. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So cash is coming into the business or going outside the business when you purchase
So it's
furniture.
going,
So what you
it's
will
going
do?
out because of purchasing.
Okay,
So
you
it'll
will?
be in credit.
Yes, you have to credit. Very good. Now Manjusha, it's your turn. Third transaction. Purchase,
Um,
yeah, purchase goods on credit from Anshu rupees 6,000. Which two accounts are involved here? Purchase goods on credit from Anshu.
Purchase account and unsure account.
Okay, now tell me purchase account comes under which account? Personal, real, nominal?
Nominal account.
Now can you tell me the rule? If you don't know, I will tell, write it down.
Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains.
Very good, dear. Now tell me, when you do purchases, it is an expense. So what you will do?
Debit.
Very good. Now what about Anshu?
Anshu
Anshu,
is a personal account, so
rule?
credit.
Okay, tell me first the rule. I want to know the rule. Yes?
For personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver.
So Anshu is the giver or receiver?
Giver.
Very good, because he is giving what? Goods. He is giving goods to the owner. So he is the giver. That's why you are crediting him. Okay, fine. Now the next. Paid, that is fourth transaction. We are in fourth, na? Paid to his creditor. Paid to his creditor means business is making payment to creditor. Anshul rupees 2,000. Okay, which two accounts are involved here?
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes, Janani, ask me.
Is there not to write like the name, right? Like the person name or landlord name, but
Yeah,
what about
yes,
these?
yes, I told, yes, you are right. I told we never use. Actually, when we will be doing that journal entry, right? When we will be doing that journal entry, na, in that when we will be passing the journal entry, we don't write the name of the employee, name of the landlord, or name of any person in business. Okay, we denote them by salary or wages or land rent in this way. But since this is the basic you are learning, okay, and that is the reason here we are denoting the name. I was talking about the journal entry. After this, in the next class, I will be starting the journal entry, where I will teach you that we never use name of any person. Okay, there we never use it, but here you can use it, because here once you use, then only you will understand the concept. That's why you are using here. But when we will move to the next chapter, detailed journal entry, we are not going to use these names. That Anshul, we will not use the name. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like for something we will use name. It's not like that. Like for some like, okay, for some time I will teach you when we will be using the name and when we will be not using the name. There are certain conditions. So especially for employees, okay, employees we never use name. In the same way, for the landlord, when we pay the rent, we don't use the name of the landlord. In certain cases, we use the name also. So where we will use, where we will not use, I will teach you when we will be doing journal entry. Now you can use the name. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, then only you will come to know it comes under personal, means now what is the rule and all. That's the reason. And of course it is a credit transaction. In credit transaction you have to use the name, right? Suppose it is a cash transaction, then no need to use name. Suppose it is given the name and they are saying in question that we have purchased goods on cash or we sold goods on credit, then we will never use the name. Okay, but when we are doing the purchase transactions, you have to use the name. It's clear, Janani?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Yeah, that's why here it is a creditor. Now, for example, if you see the third transaction, it is clearly written purchase goods on credit from Anshu. That's why we are using the name Anshu. Suppose the question is in this way: purchase goods on credit from Anshu for cash. If this one more word is added for cash, then you have to ignore the name Anshu. Then Anshu will come nowhere. Since it is a credit purchase, you have to use the name. Okay, fine. Now paid to his creditor Anshul rupees 2000. Now tell me, Janani, which two accounts are involved here?
Anshul and cash.
Yeah, and you have to tell me nature of account. Anshul comes under what?
Anshul would be personal and cash would be real.
Okay, tell me the rules.
For personal, it will be debit the receiver, credit the giver.
So Anshu, he is
So it will come under debit.
Because Anshu is receiving something from business, right? He is receiving cash from business, na? So he is the receiver. That's the reason you are debiting Anshul account. What about cash?
Since cash is real, which is debit what comes in, credit what goes out, it will come in credit because it's going out.
Yes, very good. Manjusha, are you ready, dear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me the fifth. Paid salary to his clerk rupees 1000. Which two accounts involved?
Salary account and cash account.
Yeah, salary comes under
Nominal account.
rule for nominal account.
Debit all expenses and losses. Because it becomes gain.
Okay, now what you are going to do? Salary is an expense, so what you will do?
Salary is an expense.
Okay, now what about cash?
Real account.
Tell me the rule. Yes. Write it down, dear. Kindly both of you write. Every time you have to write. Real account rule, dear. Debit what comes in, credit.
Real account rule. Debit what comes in. Credit what goes out.
Yeah. Then what about cash? Whether cash is coming or going when you are paying salary? Yes, Manjusha, when the salary is paid, cash is coming or going?
Then am I audible now?
Yes, now you are audible, dear. Just now you are audible, dear.
If the salary is paid, then cash goes out.
So?
Then we have to credit.
That's what. Very good. So write the rules of debit credit every time so that it becomes by heart. Okay, now the next. Yes, tell me, Janani. Salary finished. Paid rent rupees 500. Which two accounts are involved? First tell me.
B, rent and cash.
Very good. Next, nature of account.
For rent it's nominal and cash it's real.
Now tell me the rule.
For nominal it's debit all expense and loss, credit all income and gain. So it will come under debit, the rent, and the cash is real. So just debit what comes in, credit what goes out. It comes under credit because it's going.
Okay, very good. So are you writing simultaneously rules of debit and credit? Both of you?
Should I write it separately?
It's your wish, dear. You can write it separately. Yes, you will not have here space to write, na? So you can write separately, okay? It's up to you how you are managing. That is for your memory work only. That is not asked in your question. But I want you to learn. That's the reason I'm telling you to write every time. So it's up to you. You can make a separate column and write it down, or separately in a page 1 2 3 you can put in this way and write it down. It's up to you. Okay, I want you to learn. That's the reason I'm telling you to write for each and every question. So it's up to you how you are managing. You can write separately, no issue. Question is not asking, but I want you to memorize those things. That's why I'm trying to make you write. So whatever you feel, you can write in that way, no issues. But I want you people to write. That's it. Okay, fine. Now page, not page, 37 only. We are in page number 37 only. Yes, Manjusha's 7th transaction. Received interest rupees 200. Tell me.
Cash account and interest account.
Interest received, you have to write, because interest is of two types. Interest paid, interest received. Every time you have to write it clearly, whether it is paid or received. Okay. So write it down, interest received. And one more important thing, suppose in your question they don't mention whether interest paid or received. Write it down as an important note. Always you have to assume it is interest paid if the question does not tell you. Like in this question they are telling you clearly interest received. Sometime you will feel in transaction only interest they will say. They will not say even paid or received. Then students get confused. So kindly write it down. Whenever interest paid or received not given in your question, you have to assume it as interest paid. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. So now tell me, nature of account, cash account?
Nature of account, cash account will be real account and interest received account will be nominal account.
Yeah. Rules?
For real account, the rule is debit what comes in, credit what goes out, and nominal account is debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains.
Very good. Now in this particular transaction, what is happening when you receive interest? Cash is coming or going?
Cash is
Yes.
Cash is coming.
Yes. Okay. So what you will do?
We have to add it in cash.
Oh.
Debit.
Okay. Now what about the interest received?
We have to add it in credit.
Why you are crediting? Interest received is expense or income?
Income.
Okay, fine. Now we are moving to next question. Okay, page number 39. Next question. Open a T-shape account for machinery and put the following transaction. This type of question comes in exam. They will ask you to prepare T-shape account. So for machinery, they are asking you, machinery is an asset. What I told you, whenever they are asking you to prepare T-shape account, first try to identify the nature. Machinery account they are asking you. Machinery is an asset. Immediately should come to your mind the rules. So machinery always increases in the debit side because it is an asset, and asset decreases in the credit side. This much should come automatically. If they are asking you to prepare creditor, it is a liability and it increases in the credit side, decreases in the debit side. This much you should know. Now what you are going to do? Prepare the format first. Machinery account, debit, credit, serial number. Why I am writing serial number? Because date is not given. If date is given, you have to write date in place of serial number. Since date is not given, so we are writing serial number. Then particulars, rupees, serial number, particulars, rupees, debit, credit. Each and every account always has two sides, debit side, credit side. Which side we have to write? It depends on nature of the account. If it is an asset, then you have to check it is increasing or decreasing. If it is increasing, you have to write it in debit side. If it is decreasing, write it in credit side. In this way, machinery is an asset. Whenever machinery will increase, you will write in the debit side. Whenever machinery will decrease, you have to write in the credit side. Format prepared?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So first transaction. Yes, Janani, tell me. Machinery purchased. So machinery is increasing or decreasing when machinery is purchased?
Increasing.
So which side you will write?
Debit side.
Okay, as per the rule, as it increases, you have to debit. Now, will you write to machinery?
Yeah.
No, you will not write to machinery in the debit side of machinery account. Why? Because if you write to machinery, how you will understand what is happening? Always machinery, machinery, machinery. If you write to bank, what you will understand? You will understand, okay, machinery is purchased for cash. Cash is going outside the business. Machinery is coming into the business. And since machinery is an asset and it is increasing, so we are debiting the account. So we never write name of the account in its account debit or credit side. Always you have to write what is happening. Here we are writing to bank account because by seeing this you can understand. Machinery wrote in the debit side means you can understand, yes, asset is increasing, that's why we are writing in the debit side. To bank means you can understand we are paying the cash and purchasing the machinery. Yes, any doubt?
But why bank? Like, it's not written there, right? How is it bank?
Yes, good question, very good. Now kindly write it down. Whenever name of the person is not given, is any name is given, machinery purchase from A, B, C, name of any person is given in your question?
No.
Always whenever name of person is not given, you have to assume it is cash purchase. Okay, always. Or for sales also the same thing. If name of the person is not mentioned in your question, you have to assume that the sales are done for cash. So write it down as important note. Very good question. Yes. In the same way, sometime name will also be given in your question. Simultaneously, they will say you for cash. Suppose this question is like this. Machinery purchased from Manjusha. For example, machinery purchased from Manjusha for rupees 40,000. For cash 40,000. It means it is a cash purchase. Then you have to ignore Manjusha. Manjusha will not come in this account. Then you have to write to bank. But in this question, no name is mentioned. So we are using to bank. We are paying the cash and purchasing the machinery. Now one more example I am giving you. Machinery purchased from Manjusha. That's all. For cash word is not used in your question, then it's a credit purchase. In place of bank you have to write to Manjusha. It is a credit purchase. Now the doubt is cleared?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yes, Manjusha, you have to tell me the second transaction, dear. Machinery sold 10,000.
Ma'am, if asset is sold, asset is sold, then asset decreases, and we have to credit.
Asset decreases, what you will do?
Credit.
Very good. Now tell me whether you are selling the machine for credit or for cash?
For cash.
How you understood for cash?
And because...
Yes, tell me, you are right.
And because there is no name of person given.
Very good. That's what I want to know. Very good. So in the credit side, you will write by bank for how much? 10,000. Write it down. This is the T-shape account. Okay. Third one. Tell me, Janani. Machinery purchased again. Machinery purchased.
It will be to bank, which is in debit side.
Very good. 8,000. Now, what is the meaning of this machinery discarded? Manjusha, tell me. What is the meaning of machinery discarded?
We threw away the machinery.
Very good, but we are getting something like scrap. Sometimes we sell to some in some shop, kabadi wala and all. They will pay us some amount. That is the meaning of machinery discarded, 14,000. So by discarding, by throwing the machinery, we are getting 14,000 from kabadi wala. That is the meaning of this. Okay. So you are getting in cash only. So now tell me, machinery is increasing or decreasing? First thing.
Machinery is decreasing.
So which side you will write in machinery account?
Credit.
Excellent. Now what you will write? Are you getting something in return?
No, ma'am.
You are getting, dear. Machinery discarded rupees is given 14,000 in return. You are getting cash, na?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
So what you will write in the credit side?
In the credit side. Ma'am, I didn't understand the question.
See, machinery discarded 14,000 means kabadi wala, you know na, the useless things we give to kabadi wala and he pays something for that, right? Yes, Manjusha?
Yes, ma'am.
So machinery discarded means the same thing business is doing. Now the machinery has become useless. So that machinery business is giving to the kabadi wala. Now that kabadi wala is paying to business 14,000. So business machinery is decreasing because it is going outside the business. So in machinery account you have to write in the credit side. But you are getting something in return. For that machinery you are getting 14,000. That is the reason you are writing by bank 14. If you sell any machinery you will get some amount. In the same way you are throwing this useless machinery but you are getting 14,000 in return. Now you got it?
No, ma'am, I didn't understand.
Okay, fine. Suppose you are selling a machinery, okay? Suppose you are selling a machinery. What you will get if you sell any machinery to any shopkeeper, what you will get in return?
They will give us the money for selling it.
Now how you will record? Where you will record and what you will record in machinery account?
That we sold the money and they gave us money.
Yes.
We sold the machinery and they gave us money.
Yes. So, no, in machinery account, debit or credit, which side you will record?
Machinery discarded.
No, forget about discarded. Now I am asking you, if like see the second transaction, machinery sold. What you did for machinery sold?
We sold it for money.
Okay.
Cash.
Yeah. How you recorded in machinery account? Where you will write in machinery account, dear? If any machinery is being sold, where you will record it?
In credit side.
In credit side. Why you are writing in credit side?
Because asset is decreasing.
Very good. Asset is decreasing. Okay. And in credit side, what you will write?
The money that.
Yes. Good. Now you tell me, if you are having one machinery at your home, suppose washing machine, it's a machine only. Now it has become useless. But you are selling it. It has become scrap. Now no use from that machinery. Now you have decided to give it as scrap. But when you are going to that kabadi, you know who is kabadi wala?
Yes, ma'am.
He takes those things which are useless for us and pays something very less amount for that. The same thing is happening here. That machinery you are giving to kabadi wala. So machinery is decreasing as per our rule. Asset is decreasing when you give, whether you are selling or giving to kabadi wala, asset is decreasing. So you have to record in the credit side. In both the cases, asset is decreasing. So you will record in the credit side. Now, when you sell the machinery, then also you are getting in money. When you give to kabadi wala, then also you are getting money. That's the reason you are writing by bank 14,000. Now understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, yes, Janani, you tell me, dear. Depreciation on machinery 1,000. Tell me.
It will come under credit side, which is by depreciation.
Why you are writing in the credit side? What is depreciation?
Depreciation is when the amount reduces on the machinery.
Very good. So there is decrease in the value of machinery. That's why you are writing in the credit side. Okay. By how much? So depreciation, you will write by depreciation, and how much amount you will write?
1,000.
Yes. Now the question is solved. Now what you have to do? This is an account. Always whenever you are preparing any account, after finishing all the transactions, you have to make sum total of debit and credit side. Then you have to see which side is more. That amount you have to write both the sides and put double underline to close the account. Then what you will do? Whichever side less amount, by how much the amount is less, that is the balancing figure, you have to write in the side where it is short. This is the process you have to follow whenever you prepare any account. That's only we are going to use here also. So when you do the sum total, you will find debit side is 48,000 and credit side is less. See, 10,000 plus 14,000 plus 1,000. Okay. So 25,000 only you are getting in the credit side. So debit side is more than credit side. So 48,000 you have to write both the sides. Then you will put double underline, close the account. Now the balancing figure, that is 48 minus how much? 25, 23 you will get. That is the shortage. You have to write in which side it is short. It is short in the credit side. So in credit side you have to write by balance CD. CD means carried down. 23,000 you have to write in the credit side. The question is done. Any doubt? Manjusha, Janani, any doubt in this question?
No.
Fine. So next class we will finish our chapter and start journal entries. Don't miss any classes, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay dear, thank you. Send me
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
notes.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye. Thank you dear. Good night.
Yes.
Yeah.